Hey there YouTube, Wrestling Optimus here, back in my basement. I haven't done a wrestling merch unboxing video in a while, so I figured I'd do one today. And it's a special one because my Cultaholic merchandise finally came in. But I got a couple of other random stuff to open up first, so let's just jump right into it. With all the rumors of Bray Wyatt potentially coming back to WWE, I thought it was appropriate to open up a couple of Bray Wyatt pieces of merch. This first one is part of Mattel's Superstars line. These started coming out in stores recently, and they kind of look like LJN. I got Bray Wyatt here in his kind of Mad Hatter outfit. It includes a hat and jacket. And taking a look at the back real quick, there's also Honky Tonk Man, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and Ric Flair in this line. But for now, let's just let it breathe. This is actually way cooler than I was expecting. I thought it was gonna kind of all be one solid piece, but it's got a ton of articulations just like other action figures. We can move the ankles, the knees, the thigh. We can also rotate at the hips, and there's at least a shoulder, elbow, and wrist articulation as well. The jacket does come off, but honestly, I don't feel like taking it off right now. But you can see he's got tattoos right under there. Unfortunately, the closer I get to the camera, the blurrier it gets, but you can see from even back here, it's got some really nice tattoos under there. Moving this bow tie out of his face. The hair is actually really cool, and yes, the hat does come off. So there's the hair. Got kind of that dreadlock mullet look going. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to rate this if I were to do my action figure scale, because it is the first of this series I've ever seen. But it is really cool either way, so I don't know, a 5 out of 5 on this scale. Of course, that was the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt. That means we also need to have a Fiend. I picked up this vinyl figure. It's kind of like a Pop, but without the giant head. It also looks like we have Hulk Hogan in this line, along with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and John Cena. But for now, instead of letting him in, let's let the Fiend breathe. And here it is. I actually just now realized that this is a Loyal Subjects figure. I have a number of these, but they're slightly larger and articulated. This is one solid piece. They do always come with these really cool backdrops, so you can just kind of set them right there. This one looks like a ring. And they also come with these cool little cards. This one says on the back, "The Fiend Bray Wyatt. The hurt to Bray Wyatt's heel, the Fiend is one of the most dominant and terrifying figures in WWE history. Any superstar who values their health should steer clear of his Firefly Funhouse." There you go, that's the Fiend Loyal Subjects. Next up, if you checked out my last video where I went to Ollie's Bargain Outlet, you'll see that I got some more of these caged beast mode little action figure things. I don't know how to describe these, but basically they're a little tiny action figure inside an outer beast casing. So some of the ones I currently have are the Demon Finn Balor, the Monster Braun Strowman, the Unicorn Big E, and whatever kind of demon spawn the Undertaker is. Either way, I picked up 5. We got 3 of the red, 2 of the blue. Hopefully we don't get any duplicates, but for now, instead of letting them breathe, we have to break them open. Okay, let's do Series 1 first. We're gonna take this, rip it all the way apart, take the thing off, but in order to actually take a look at him, we have to the box apart. It's so much fun. Throw that over there. And here he is, Roman Reigns. It's just a tiny little figure, but then you put him in this outer casing. And it's a giant, looks like a pit bull, because that's his beast mode. He's a dog, the big dog. Get it? Next, put that, take the top off, smash it apart, and it's another Roman Reigns. Okay, that was a bust. But yes, there you go. Another Roman Reigns. This is why I got 3 of them, so let's get to the third one. Pull that aside. Take the top off. Wait, it says Roman Reigns, but it's not. It's The Rock, part of the Samoan dynasty. The Rock is in a Brahma bull. How you like that? Throw that to the side. 2 new ones in Series 1. Now let's get to Series 2. This part. Rip off the top. Smash it down. Are you kidding me? It's The Rock again. This is supposed to be in Series 1, you guys. Last one, let's see if we can actually get something different other than The Rock or Roman Reigns. Rip that off. Smash it down. Revealing, hey, we got something new. It is Becky Lynch. And she appears to be some sort of winged goddess. I'm not exactly 100% sure. This is what the figure looks like, by the way. That means we got 3 new ones. I'm not sure what I'll do with the duplicates, but we'll put the other 3 up on the shelving with these. Also, I forgot to mention, I kind of have a little bit of a Bray Wyatt shrine going on that shelf, so we're going to insert a picture of that right here. And that is what it now looks like with the new Bray Wyatt figures on there. The next thing I'm going to be opening up is my most recent Slam crate that came in the mail. I'm not going to lie, I already looked at it and it's pretty mediocre, but hey, whatever, the video's recording, so let's open this thing. Comes in this awesome black box per usual. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. It appears to be an Alexa Bliss mini pillow, I guess. But yeah, it's got Alexa on it, and I like Alexa, so maybe this can chill out here next to Darby. We also got this month's shirt. On the back here it says, "Where were you when Undertaker chokeslammed Mankind at Hell in a Cell?" And the front there is, of course, a picture of Hell in a Cell. I believe this is a Hell in a Cell themed box. Specifically, the Hell in a Cell where Undertaker chokeslammed Mankind through the cell. And that is why we have this Mankind tie. I don't know, maybe I'll put that on some other time, but yeah, that is his classic flannel look. And last but not least, we have a Hell in a Cell pin. It took me a bit to figure out what this is, but yes, that is supposed to be the cell, and it is on fire because hell. And that's it. That was the entire box this time. That's what I was talking about. It's kind of meh, but interesting shirt. Get a tie, you get a pin, and I guess this pillow. Let's chuck this box over there. And now, as Mark Henry would say, it's time for our main event. We are opening up some merchandise all the way from the UK. This is some Cultaholic.com merchandise. I'm a big fan of these guys. We'll talk about that more in a second. But first, let's open this up. I honestly don't remember what I even ordered from them, and it took so long to get here, and then it took so long for me to be able to find time to make this video. This is going to be a surprise, even though I picked it out and ordered it. Here we go. The first thing is a bunch of vinyl stickers. It looks like we got Puppet Jack the Jobber, and I believe that is Barry the Shark on Tom Campbell back there, as well as something most likely Pacitti related. Not sure. This one is definitely Pacitti related. That is him playing the keyboard for the intro to What Happened to That Wrestler. We also have, of course, the classic Cultaholic logo. And that is a Hi, My Name Is sticker, but I'm not sure what it actually says. We'll have to check it out once we open it. And let's do that right now. I was right about all those stickers, and this one ended up being Pacitti Mania. This one is, "Hi, I'm Gary YouTube." We'll set those aside. I really do like those. I actually have a mini fridge down here in the basement where I put a ton of random stickers on. So I'm going to find a spot for them and put a picture of it right here. Let's keep going. Oh man, we have a poster. Totally forgot about this. That's probably why everything came in a tube. Oh my goodness. It is, in fact, John O'Clock, everybody. Let's try and get this in frame here. We have 5 years of WTF moments with the catchphrase king, comma, Ross Twiddell. Gonna try and at least get his face up there. Let's see if we can get all of these references real quick. So all the way up here we have You've Made a Grave Mistake, Corey Graves. We have John O'Clock for JBL. Vince McMahon falling over because of some big sweaty men that he enjoys. Ross Tweddell's Wankety Wank, Wankety Wank, it's Wankety Wank. Here we have Kevin Dun 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 Dun. Ross is of course eating some Riddle, even though Matt Riddle got his first name back recently. AJ Styles is talking about the little things. Down here we have Tea Time with Booker T. I'm not exactly sure why Corey Graves and somebody else are in cheerleading outfits. That one is escaping me at the current moment. We of course have Keith Lee, bask in his glory. Down here we have Jim Ross did it again. We have Gimmick Infringement Kane. And of course, the epic saga of Ross's Bay and spirit animal, Rusev. Oh yeah, and Michael Cole and Renee Young, whenever they made mistakes. I forget exactly what those gimmicks were. This is an awesome poster. I am so excited to find a place to hang this. This is going to make a great part of my poster collection, as you can see behind me. And last but certainly not least, probably the thing I was most excited for, Cultaholic Wrestling Buddies. That's right, Luchasaurus. That's right, Darby Allin. You got new friends. This is Jack the Jobber and Tom Campbell of Cultaholic. I didn't get any of the other guys for various reasons, none of them bad. Although I did think that the Andrew one was Pacitti at first. Anyway, these guys are awesome. I love both of them, and I'm so glad to be able to just kind of cuddle with Jack and Tom whenever I need some wrestling news or something like that. They are a little bit smaller than I was expecting, but otherwise, they're really, really cute and adorable, and I like them a lot. So we're going to set them aside as well. And now, this is the part of the video where I've decided to get a little bit personal, and for that, I'm going to actually take off my mask for the first time and reveal the bottom of my face. Hi, my name is Greg, and I live just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Like a lot of people my age, I was a huge fan of pro wrestling back in the late 90s and early 2000s during the Attitude Era. But somewhere around 2001, I stopped watching. Then, between 2015 and 2016, my entire life kind of fell apart. I was effectively downsized in my job, my girlfriend of 6 years and I broke up, and my mom was diagnosed with cancer. She would eventually pass away in late 2016. To be completely honest, I don't remember a lot of that time. I was going through multiple traumas and I just kind of blocked a lot of things out. What I do remember is retreating down here into my basement for days at a time. I would play video games and watch random things on TV. At some point, I ran out of things to watch, and that's when I noticed that my former roommate had left a bunch of episodes of Raw on the DVR. So I put them on in the background and didn't really pay attention too much. Once I ran out of recorded episodes of Raw, I started watching it live. And when I still had free time on my hands, I started watching SmackDown. Then the Cruiserweight Classic and 205 Live, and finally NXT. But by this point, I was becoming a little obsessed, and that still wasn't enough content. In the spring of 2016, I also started getting recommended videos from a channel called What Culture. At first, it was just a bunch of silly top 10 lists. One that stuck out to me is 10 things you have to accept as a wrestling fan. Some of the entries included that ladders are the hardest things in the world to climb, and that referees are the most fragile people in wrestling. But I also became strangely fascinated with the exploits of Adam Pacitti versus Adam Blampied. I don't know what it was about these stupid little contests they'd have against each other, but it felt like I was in some private club. Nobody else I knew had any idea what was happening over there in Newcastle. Pro wrestling and What Culture gave me an escape from my crappy reality. And eventually, I got into a routine where I would watch a WWE show, then I would watch the Wrestle Talk review, ups and downs with Simon Miller, WTF moments with Ross Twiddell, and then a lot of times I was even watching reviews from Steven Larson as well as Brian Zane of Wrestling with Regret. I let myself become completely immersed in the IWC. And as corny as it sounds, it gave me some place to go where I felt like I belonged and was at least somewhat accepted. And then they dropped a video where Adam Pacitti himself announced the formation of WCPW. I actually thought the What Culture personalities were going to fight each other at first. Thankfully, they got real pro wrestlers to come in, and it was awesome. Now, I wasn't able to see every episode of Loaded or anything like that, but I definitely paid attention. And it wasn't long before I was suddenly familiar with an entire world I didn't even know existed of amazing British indie wrestling talent. WCPW gave me my love for the British style of wrestling, and when most of their stars moved over to NXT UK, that became my new favorite brand. And I feel like I'm one of the few people who watched it up until its recent demise. Not only that, but I had grown to honestly fall in love with these wacky What Culture characters. From Jack the Jobber to your What Culture Pro Wrestling General Manager Adam Pacitti to Adam Blampier, who will always be plumpy in my heart, to, of course, King Ross, who I'm still a loyal subject of, and a bunch of other guys I'm sure I'm forgetting. WCPW and all of your wacky antics literally saved my life. I know that may be kind of heavy to hear, but it's true. You might even say it's damn true. So the next time that you start to doubt yourselves, or maybe if somebody makes fun of you and what you do, or specifically what you make, I want you to paraphrase one of my favorite poets and tell them, I make a difference. What do you do? Because you made a difference in at least one life. And yes, at first I was super disappointed that you guys left What Culture, but I loved that you formed Cultaholic, and I've been following you ever since. I watched Graded and WTF Moments until you stopped doing it. I still watch all the new guys over at What Culture. I catch all your top 10 lists, and I still keep up with Wrestle Talk and Wrestling with Regret as well. So I just want to finish this video by once again giving a huge and heartfelt thank you to everybody in the IWC who has impacted my life over the last 6 or 7 years. What you guys do may seem stupid and silly, but it gives people like me a break from this crazy, messed up world. And I will forever be grateful for that. But with all that sappy stuff out of the way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to do all that normal YouTube stuff. Smash that like button, share with any wrestling or action figure fans you may know, subscribe to the channel, and spread the word. If you haven't seen my latest fig hunt video that I referenced earlier, make sure to check that out right here. But until next time, I've been Wrestling Optimus, and I'll catch you later.